Today on Rainmakers, we're thrilled to introduce to you Ann Thompson. As the leader of a food bank and productivity hub, Ann provides both urgent assistance and invaluable resources to those in need. Join us as we explore her inspiring work and the lives she changes every day. Thank you for joining me on Rainmakers, Ann. It's a pleasure to have you on our show.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to share with you what we're doing in the community.
As we get started, could you please introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about what community projects you're involved with?
I'm the director of the New Life Neighborhood Centre, a community ministry of the New Life Church in Oshawa. And as the director, my role is to organize, oversee, manage all the various programs and staff, as well as network with other organizations to effectively serve the community in Oshawa and surrounding areas. We operate two major programs, a food bank and a productivity hub. Through these two programs, we try to practice Jesus' teaching of caring for the less fortunate and helping people become who they were meant to be. Through the food bank, we provide immediate relief to those in need of food, hygiene supplies, clothing. We serve over 6,000 people annually, providing weekly groceries. We call that meal boxes, hygiene supplies, weekend meals for school children, backpacks for the homeless, Christmas hampers, and children toys. We also do monthly community breakfasts. Through the Productivity Hub is what we call the improvement program. It provide the next level of help, which is to teach self-reliance. We provide wraparound support programs to help people rebuild their lives and become self-sufficient and productive. And we do this through various self-empowerment workshops. We have our first workshop is called a self-empowerment workshop, and we call it a fresh start, where we try to give people a fresh start in life, build their confidence, and give clarity of their goals and where they want to be in life. And we provide coaching, mentoring, skills training, and also connect them to resources in the community. And we do this through the help of organizations within the community, like the Durham College, Ontario Works, Canadian Mental Health Association, and John Howard Society, to name a few.
Wow. I can only imagine how much time and effort it has taken you to get these two projects to this point. Can you tell me a little bit more about how you got involved with the Neighbourhood Centre and Productivity Hub?
All right. I had never done anything like this before. However, in 2012, I had just recently retired from my job. And since I had management experience, I was asked by my church to take on this opportunity. Initially, I declined. I wasn't thinking of doing something like this during my retirement life. I planned to travel and spend time with family, but God impressed upon me to feed and care for His people. I told God and the church board that I would commit to doing it for 5 years. I thought by then the programs would no longer be needed and I could go on and enjoy my quiet retirement. But here I am 12 years later, and the needs are still great. That is why we expanded the programs to establish a productivity hub where we could help people break the cycle of poverty and that many of them are caught in.
So you gave up your retirement dream, and not only that, but you're still there working diligently 12 years later. What has kept you going all this time?
Just seeing the need in the community. And, I was blessed by helping others. When I went initially, I thought I was going to be the one blessing these poor people coming in, but I ended up being the one blessed and humbled by just caring and listening and and providing that support that they need. Sometimes just a listening ear. I have clients coming in and just breaking down and crying and asking for prayer because of what they've been going through, and that touched my heart. And I couldn't walk away. It was hard to walk away. I think God had other plans for me to be there.
So, who are the types of people that visit the Neighborhood Centre and enroll in the Productivity Hub?
Oh, from all cultural backgrounds we see coming there. We have refugees, we have new immigrants, we have people who are they're stable, stable housings as much as possible. Um, we have people, drug addicts, who have gone through, what you call it, rehab. They've gone through rehab because we don't take anyone into the hub unless they're being supported that way. They've gone through the rehab and, now want to rebuild and restart their life and looking for additional support and guidance. So we see all different types of people coming to the food bank. That's what we're there for. The homeless, those sometimes on drugs, and we have to help provide clothing and food. Sometimes it's just for a plate of food. We'll give them outside at the door. They'll come and we we give them some food, and so yeah, all single moms, I could go on. There's so many stories of the single moms coming in and people who are just in desperate need. For the hub, we had one young gentleman who came to the hub. He had been clean for almost 3 years, he said, and been getting help along the way. And he came in and he shared his journey after the first 2 months of the self-empowerment workshop. We call it the Fresh Start. And he got clarity of who he is. And he's in this batch, is graduating in October, coming October. And the first, I remember 2 weeks into the program, he asked for a Bible. We were just surprised because, we're just putting on the program. We're not there preaching the Bible to people. They see how we live and how we treat them. And I think that says, it says a lot. He said, "Can I have a Bible?" And my workshop facilitator, came into the office and we were looking for a Bible. We went upstairs to the church and we found the Bible and we gave him. We were and that was it. And he's now coming to church. He's brought his mom to church. And, he's just telling how grateful he is. And he's now sharing his story with his peers. And he's a peer supporter right now, a peer supporter worker right now in the community. So we have seen that kind of transformation and impact. So all kinds of people come there and they feel comfortable, and we try to provide a safe space for them.
Awesome. It sounds like you have so many stories to tell, especially after being involved with the project for 12 years and counting. Clearly, many lives have been impacted for the better. Is there a story that stands out amongst all others?
There's so many. I can give you two. I'm going to give you this single mom. It was Christmas time, last Christmas. And that touches my heart even to today. She was a new immigrant, and that alone tells you she's already struggling, trying to adapt to her new environment here. in Canada, and she was also fleeing an abusive situation with her three children. The youngest one, he was 5-year-old autistic child, and again, just just being single, being new to the country, and trying to escape a abusive relationship, and having to deal with a child who's autistic was a lot. And so, where I asked one of my volunteers there if there's a person on our list that we can help for Christmas in a big way, like very much in need. And she gave me this name. She gave me this lady, and only to find out that she was sleeping on the floor with her children. She had no clothes, no food. Wow, I'm even, um, even tearing up right now thinking about it. So we were able to purchase a bed. I went to her home. She didn't expect this. She didn't know we were coming. I called and, and they said, we would like to come over and see you. And we purchased her bed because she had that on when she registered with us, and she has no bed. Um, and when we went, we set up the bed, we got our new bed, set up the bed, and it was just hard just to see the condition that they were living in, and provided them with food and clothing. They were so overjoyed. No one had ever done anything like that before for them. So I witnessed the impact and the appreciation that she showed us. She was so happy and and just hugging us and thanking us for just what we have done for her. So that's one of the stories I remember. Another one I can give you is an example of an older gentleman. He came to the center in the dead of winter. We were just closing up, and he came to the door, and he was brought down to see me, and he said he's looking for a pair of gloves. We had just given out some backpacks to the homeless, and most of the gloves and all of that were gone. And I looked at him. He had on this glove. It was all torn, and it was really a very cold winter. And I went in and searched around, found a pair of gloves, and thank God it could fit him. I brought it to him, and he went down on his knees, and he said, "You brought Christmas to me," and the tears were coming, and yeah, to me that was so touching. He was so grateful, and we were able to give him a coat as well. So those are two stories that really stood out and stayed with me. And those are some of the things why I couldn't leave, after 5 years. Those are some of the experiences that I've had, just seeing God's love and seeing God, through these individuals, and I think God was smiling. He was happy too. Yeah.
And I want you to tell me a little bit of how an individual moves through the entire process of visiting the neighborhood center and eventually graduating from the productivity hub.
Yes, the food bank, like I said, that was our very first program that we have been running for many years now. But we just didn't want to just keep handing out things to people, food and clothing. We don't want to just, like they say, uh, don't just show somebody, teach a person to fish. Don't just give fish out, right? Teach a person to fish. And that's the concept behind the hub as well. We want to give everybody a fair chance in life to succeed, right? So there were people coming to the food bank and said, okay, how can we change their life for the better, for them to become more self-sufficient and productive, giving back to society. And to me, it didn't matter if we had to close the food bank. I know some people said, "Oh, well, you're gonna if you keep doing that, taking people, stopping people from coming, not stopping, but pulling them up and lifting them up and giving them, confidence and helping them to become more productive and not dependent on the food bank. Um, we wanted to do that. So people coming to the food bank, we have our flyers, we have our banner in the hall where we distribute the boxes, the meal boxes, and they inquire. They ask about the hub. What is this all about? And we have on our website as well um, the productive the hub program. And so we register the processes. They come, they ask, we tell them more about it, and we do an intake. We do intake and interview them, and just to see where they are and if this is the right program at this time for them. And if we find that they're struggling with addictions and even homelessness, like they're really on the street, then we'll point them to resources can help them, help get them stabilized, right? And then we keep them on our list and we check on them. We call, we find out how they're doing, and once they're ready, they're welcome to come back, and then we um, sign them up, and that's how it works. But like I said, the productivity hub is the next level of help from the food bank. So we had a lady who came through the food bank, and while she was there, she asked to speak with me. I think she was reading the banner, and she said, "I have no food. I don't know what to do, and my life is just a mess. I want to." I want to make something of my life. And I talked to her, I told her about the hub right there and then. She signed up, and she said that after the first 8 weeks after going through the hub, her family asked her, what happened? They've seen such a big change in her. She also got to have a job. She's working, and she tells her story all over. So those are some of the impact that we're seeing through the programs of the hub. They come through the food bank, and then they have this opportunity to rebuild their lives, to change their lives for the better.
So I'm eager to know why you do this. What has kept you going all these years?
The thing is, I believe that we're here on earth for a purpose. Um, to me, the main or the primary purpose is to love God with all our being and to demonstrate that love in the way we treat others. By serving the poor and the weak, I get to share a bit of God's love every day. So that's what motivates me to be his hands and feet, to share his love, um, and in the way we treat others. So that's my motivation.
Well, Ann, it's clear by now that your faith community, your church, actually, the New Life Seventh-day Adventist Church, located in Oshawa, Ontario, is making a difference in the local community. But what role do you think faith communities should play in addressing the social issues present in society today?
A significant role, or they should, if they're not. Churches and other faith communities, I think, have a responsibility to care about and help to address the social ills in our society. That was Jesus's life, his ministry, and that is what he wants us to do. It is not sufficient to just tell people about the love of God and how much he wants to save them. We are God's hands and feet. So to me, we have to show that love that we speak of. Jesus is very concerned about the poor, the downtrodden, the fatherless, the widows, everyone. He said, you have done, what you have done for the least of these, meaning the poor, you have done for me. To Jesus, people matter. I believe that. We should look for opportunities then to help relieve the suffering we see around us and improve the well-being of others, treating them as we would want to be treated. Advocate for them. So faith communities should be advocating for these people, empowering them and provide support services, partner with other organizations to help bring about change. And that's what we're doing at the Neighborhood Centre through the hub, through the food bank.
And I have another question for you. What do you see as the future of the Neighborhood Centre and Productivity Hub?
We want it to be transformational and sustainable. We want to be able to sustain it. We're even thinking of right now. We're seeing a lot of new in the last batch of we call them learners or participants in the hub. We see a lot of new immigrants, a lot of refugees coming through, and the main thing we're experiencing with some of these individuals is job opportunities. Some are very qualified, but again, starting over in a new country is a struggle as well, even for housing, food, all of that. So they're on the same kind of level with those who are coming in to the food bank from lower income. So what we would like to do in the near future is to be able to connect with businesses, organizations that can help us, can provide opportunities for some of these participants in the hub to give them job opportunity, give them the experience, even to shadow, in some of the career path there that some of these individuals have had experience from their country coming here, but none here. So we would like to be able to provide some opportunities for job. And so that's one of the things that are on our minds now as we expand. But again, we're looking for that kind of help financially so we can do this. And we're reaching out to companies who will be willing to partner with us to help in that area.
Now, I'm sure it isn't easy to run such an ambitious and transformative project. What challenges have you faced while running this program or the two programs?
Okay. Oh, yeah, lots of challenges. The biggest challenge, though, facing the center is always resources. Do we have enough volunteers? Do we have enough money to buy all the needed supplies and to pay for the expenses? But God has always provided. We've seen Him work through others to meet the needs right on time. I remember, I have a quick example here. There was a time, I think it was last year, early last year, we were very low on food, and a faith organization contacted us without us reaching out to anyone. And they made a donation that came in right on time to purchase the needed supplies. We hadn't had a chance to even announce it in our own church when just out of the blue, I got this email, and they were offering this donation to us, and it was just amazing. It was God. God just stepped in every time we needed help at the center. Sent volunteers, and a lot of the volunteers are outside our church group, and they just come in. He sends volunteers. We get people come in asking what do we need? How can they help? So he's always there, and we're always seeing when we're low and we're feeling like, what are we going to do? How are we going to? People are coming in, they need food. He provides. It just so happens it's a miracle, and we're always at the same. Like he keeps us steady with the finances for the food bank, and the treasurer always said he can't understand every other areas of the church might be struggling financially, but the neighborhood center, the food bank, we're never at the place where we're like destitute. We're always just steady at what we have, so we can really continue the work that we're doing in the center. God is good. He provides, and we believe that, and we trust Him. And so, even now, looking to expand the hub and needing the funds, we trust that God is going to open the doors, and He will provide. So we'll be able to sustain what we're doing. And we won't have to close our doors.
That's wonderful. Thank you for sharing more about the Neighbourhood Centre and how God is working through this ministry to reach the surrounding community. You, as a rainmaker, touched on some beautiful stories that show how God is using these two projects to make a tangible difference in the lives of people. Thank you for your time and for interviewing, Ann. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure.
After hearing this incredible story, do you feel inspired to help us continue bring these life-changing moments to your screen? Your support allows us to keep shining a light on the volunteers making a difference. If you would like to contribute to the production of Hope Channel Canada and its ministries, it's easy. Head over to agentsofhope.ca, where you can choose from a variety of ways to donate: debit, credit, Google Pay, Apple Pay, or even e-transfer to Agents of Hope at hopetv.ca. Prefer sending a check? You can mail it to the Seventh-day Adventist Church in Canada at Hope Channel Canada, 1148 King Street East, Oshawa, Ontario, L1H 1H8. And if you want a more personal touch, give us a call at 1-855-4-HOPE-TV. That's 1-855-446-7388. And be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Hope Channel Canada and hit the bell to never miss an episode. Plus, you can catch this program on multiple platforms: hopetv.ca, cable television, the Roku app, the Hope Channel app, and of course, YouTube. Are you searching for answers to life's deepest questions? Hope Study offers free online Bible courses that explore topics like faith, love, hope, and finding purpose in life, all at your own pace and from the comfort of your own home. One of our featured studies is Why Is There Pain and Suffering in This Life?, which addresses one of life's most challenging questions and offers hope and biblical insights. This course is designed to help you find meaning and understanding during difficult times. Signing up is simple and completely free at hopestudy.ca. Start your journey today and feel free to share this resource with those who are also seeking answers. Discover life's answers. Visit hopestudy.ca now and begin your journey.